Hi beautiful people, I hope you're all doing really, really well. Welcome to another pick a card reading. Today's reading we are going to be doing a reading that I haven't done for some time, and that is a love reading. So we are going to be looking at what is happening in the connection that you're in, but more so where is the connection headed. So the title of this video is, and it is going to be about, where is this relationship headed? Where's it going? So as I always say, if you haven't watched any of my videos before, this is a very, very general reading. Time is an illusion and energy is fluid. So the messages that you get in with the cards are in your current energy, which of course can change or not change according to what it is that you choose to do with your energy, right? So once you know the messages in the card, if you then decide to change your mindset or the way you're thinking about something or the way you're dealing with something, then we can get a different outcome. So I'm pretty sure that's pretty self-explanatory. All right, so I'm going to show you three different sets of cards. Sorry, I'm going to show you three different words. You're going to pick a word, and that is going to correlate with reading 1, reading 2, and reading 3. Now, as I said before, this is very general, so you'll need to take it as it applies to your situation. If you would like to get a more personalized reading with me, you can find the details in the description box below. Also, feel very free to leave feedback and comments below, and to like, share and subscribe if you feel to. All right guys, without any further ado, let's get into the reading. So the first word we have, or pile 1, is acceptance. So this will be the first pile. The second word we have, or pile 2, is spontaneity. This third word, or pile 3, is action. So accept is pile 1, spontaneity is pile 2, and action is pile 3. So just take your time to decide if you need to. Maybe go with which word you're more drawn to at this point of time. It could correlate or not correlate with the actual reading and the meaning behind it. It may bring some context to it, but let's not overanalyze it, and we can look at it more so when we do the reading. So if you want a little bit more time to decide which word is yours, please feel very free to take that time, but I'll just get you to pause the video because I'm about to start the readings. Okay, so for those of you who chose the word acceptance, or pile 1, this is your reading. So just a reminder that this is a very general reading, and we are talking about where this relationship is headed at this particular time in this particular energy. All right, time is an illusion and energy is fluid. That's very important for you to remember. Also, just a quick note, if you would like to get a personal reading with me or to check out the other services I offer, you can find all the details in the description box below. Thank you so much guys. Let's get into this. So your first card is the Knight of Cups. So I feel like this is sort of shared energy, and I also feel like this might be really representing the person that you're with, but this, as just an energy speaking, is really saying that there is a lot of love here. There's a lot of potential for things to turn into something deeper if it hasn't already, but I feel like this is also passing energy. So I feel like this person that you're with is very loving, emotional, and very romantic type of person. And there's a lot of this energy within the relationship as well, but they're definitely offering you their heart. Okay, clarifying, we have Knight of Swords. So what this is telling me is that it feels like this relationship is probably one that may have come out of the blue, that may have started faster or quicker than what you would have liked it to. But it was sort of inevitable as well. I feel like both of you communicate a lot and have communicated a lot in the past about what relationships mean to you, what this connection means to you. And I feel like this more so, as I said before, take it as it resonates, represents your person here, and that I feel that the Knight of Swords represents you. So I feel like they're a little bit more sort of emotional, and I feel like you're a little bit more sort of rational. It could be intertwined. But yeah, the passing energy in the relationship is that, and I think as well, it's really showing me that, and the way that the cards are laid out, it feels like someone's trying to come in and offer you something, and you are sort of almost trying to run away from that person. That's the energy I'm getting. It's like someone's trying to come in and offer you something, and maybe you are sometimes a little bit too rational with what's going on, or maybe you've come in and you've rushed in with communication or communicated in a way that's been really rational and sometimes a little bit too blunt with this person. I think this word does correlate from the energy I'm getting, acceptance, and I feel like a lot of this is going to be you accepting this relationship or connection for what it is in order for it to continue moving forward. But let's get some more clarity with the next card. So the next card we have is Seven of Wands. So this is really talking about the both of you, and I feel especially your partner, really defending this relationship, or you really defending this relationship. I feel like this is both of you defending the relationship, and I feel like at times that one or both of you might get a little bit defensive in the way that conversations are had, or just in the way that you receive love. I feel like one of you is a little bit more skeptical than the other, and that you may get a little bit defensive, but I also feel like the other person always comes back and defends the relationship as a whole. So this, I feel like your partner is really defending this relationship and trying their best to keep it moving forward, as well as themselves. And you know, both of you as individuals, I think as well, I feel like one of you as well might get a little bit defensive in that you're not sure whether this is really what it is, if that makes sense. I just get this feeling of being overwhelmed sometimes by how the relationship is, in that, you know, it can flow really well, but it's like this other person is a little bit too skeptical, or this other person is a bit sort of, is a little bit too rash or brash in their communication. And that's just because I feel that this person is sometimes imbalanced by, you know, past experiences I've had with people, and I also feel like this person, whether it's you or them, but I really do feel like it's you, this person is a little bit more guarded and quick to rush in with saying things. But yeah, it's all melding together. So clarifying the Seven of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, this is really talking about, as I said before, it's just really clarifying what I'm saying about, you know, one or both of you defending the relationship at different points of time, and that both of you are fighting for this. And also, I feel like there's points where you're also fighting yourself with this, and fighting the love that is within the relationship, but more so within yourself, and knowing and accepting the love that is being provided here or offered here or given here, as well as realizing the importance of having that self-love, because then you won't get so defensive, or people won't have to feel like they have to be so defensive in this relationship, which is all about, as I said before, you know, accepting and acceptance of what is, because this feels nice. Next card, which is your final card, is the Six of Wands. This is really lovely. So this is future energy. So this could be, you know, a really, really good relationship. Lots of potential here. I think you both work really well as a team. Now, we have the Tower as a clarifier, which to me means that, you know, there may have been points of time in this relationship where it felt like the relationship was either going to break down or was close to breaking down. And there might also be outside influences which have caused tower moments, you know, in which the relationship may have felt like it's falling on one level or another, you know. So it could be talking about it falling apart completely and then being restructured, or just bits of it falling apart so that newness can be built. But you've got to remember that this is clarifying the Six of Wands, which means, you know, success with this. But it's also come with tower moments, and that also may represent a breakdown within yourself and your ego, and how the way you look at relationships, and maybe how the way your partner looks at relationships as well. But it looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. Now, I have pulled one more card from another deck as a word of advice for you about this relationship. So we have the Seven of Cups. So what this is really telling me here as a word of advice for you is, this could go a few different ways, because a lot of people are going to be watching this reading. So one representation of this could be that you need to really focus more on the good things that have happened in this relationship. If there's been turmoil, or, you know, that the failed relationships you've had, it doesn't mean that this one isn't going to work, okay? Because I feel like sometimes you can focus a little bit too much on things that haven't worked instead of focusing on what you do have. Another interpretation of this could be that you're needing to be doing more work on yourself, and, you know, filling that cup, your own cup, with love. And I think a lot of this, as I said before, this will correlate with acceptance, because this is when you can come to acceptance of what is, then it makes things a little bit easier. I feel like a lot of you as well sometimes turn your back on this relationship, thinking it's not going to work out and that you're going to be disappointed yet again, which makes it difficult. I feel like a lot of you need to just be going a little bit more with the flow with this. But it's looking really, really good. Alright, so part one, that was your reading. I hope it was able to give you some clarity and or insight. As I said before, please feel very free to leave feedback and comments below. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support. Lots of love and light. Okay, so for those of you who chose the word spontaneity or pile 2, this is your reading. Let's get into it. So, just a reminder, this is a very, very, very general reading. We are looking at where your current relationship is headed. So, because time is an illusion and energy is fluid, things can change or not change very quickly, dependent on your energy and, of course, the other people's energy. But once you get the messages from these cards, you can shift that energy if you wish to, and that's what I'm basically trying to say in summary. So let's get into it. Let's see what the cards are saying. So to start off with, we have the Eight of Swords. And I feel like this is passing energy. I think you were in a place, or both of you were in a place where there was a little bit of stress, where one or both of you were in your heads about whether this would work, whether it's something that you want. But this stress came from yourself. It's very self-inflicted in a way. You felt bound, you felt like this shouldn't be so stressful, but I think a lot of it is because of past experiences you've had. Obviously, like with a lot of other things in life, this is about the past influencing you. Clarifying that, we have the World. This is a beautiful card. So yeah, this is about a shift in mindset, and I think the mindset of you needing to come out of being too in your head about this and being too focused on the negative, or being too focused on what it is that you can't control, is what's been able to shift this, because I feel like you're coming out of this energy, or you will be very soon. There's like an ending of this energy which will shift everything, because the World is a major arcana, which means it's going to happen. It's karmic, right? So there has been a shift, or there will be a shift in your mindset and the way you look at this. And it's interesting that you get the word spontaneity with this, because I feel like you're the type of people that enjoy spontaneity, and you might be quite spontaneous. So I feel like this relationship is one in which is making you look at your world, or your life, or your way of being on a bigger scale, and I guess that's why you've got the Eight of Swords as well. So moving forward, we have the Queen of Wands. So this is all about, I believe, man or woman, it doesn't matter. I'm going to read this as an energy. So there's quite a lot of passion in here, and I feel that you feel very much sort of in your power, but I also feel like this is how your partner sees you. They see you as someone that's just really charismatic and fun to be with and passionate about life. And you're probably like, you may or may not see this in yourself, but this is how they see you, and this is how you come across. And I feel like that's why they're very, very attracted to you. And you are an attractive person in many ways, not just, you know, on an external level, but within yourself. You are really fun, I feel. People like being around you. We also have the Seven of Cups clarifying this. So I feel like what this is saying here is that I feel like there's options for you as the viewer. I feel like there's options out there for you. And I feel like your person feels that you have options as well, because I get the feeling that you are not totally 100% committed to this yet, or you may be on some level, but it's like you haven't totally decided yet. Take that as it resonates. You may be thinking as well, is what I'm getting here, you may be thinking as well about other things that you may want to do in your life, like travel, or I get this feeling that some of you feel like you need to be able to be free to do stuff when you want to and not be held back. But I think that you also have a good feeling about this relationship, but I just feel like you're not 100% sure yet. And then your last card is the Hanged Man. So I feel like this is energy that's going to be coming up if you stay in your current energy, of course. Things can change, but yeah, this is saying to me that in the future, the very near future, I feel like you are going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I feel like you're going to be in limbo and thinking about what it is that you want to do. in life in general, but also whether you want to stay in this relationship. Clarifying, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, this is really thinking about, is this something that you want long term? Do you want a family life? Is this going to also fulfill you financially, I feel? And I don't like to see or say that relationships are transactional, but some people see relationships as transactional. Are you going to be getting what you need out of it on all levels? Do you want the Ten of Pentacles from this? Do you want a family life, whatever family means to you? Do you want that stability? Because I feel like it's there for you, but I feel like this group, as I said before, is very spontaneous. I feel like you're the type of people that have got a lot of fire energy, and you like to be able to just move when you want to and do what you want to do. I think you do see potential in this relationship, and there is potential in this relationship, but I think you're going to get to a point where you're not sure what you're going to do or where you're going to go with this. I got a card of advice for you as well from a separate deck. So you have the Knight of Cups. So there's definitely, romantic feelings here, and you do see potential in this. I think this card as well represents making sure that you remember your worth, and that you're worth, having someone spend time on you and be good to you, and, treat you the way you deserve to be treated, and have romance in your life as well. And I think this card is also saying for a lot of you, take it as it resonates, that you have to be willing to offer that cup of love to someone. I feel like this relationship or this connection for a lot of you is quite fresh as well. Or if it's not, it feels like it's coming to a turning point where it's like it's either going to continue long term, or you're deciding whether it's what you want long term. So pile 2 or spontaneity, I hope that was helpful for you. Please feel very free to leave feedback and comments below. If you'd like to get a personal reading with me or to check out my other services, you can find all the details in the description box below. Thank you so much, pile 2. Lots of love and light. Okay, last but very not least, action or pile 3. This is your word, this is your reading, let's get into it. Please remember that time is an illusion and energy is fluid, and that this is a very, very general reading. All right, so we're looking at where is this connection or relationship potentially going, or where is it headed? Remembering that this is the current energy, and that this can change very quickly in accordance to your energy. All right, so let's have a look. So we have change as your first card. I feel like this is passing energy. I feel like there has been a lot of big changes going on for you, and therefore for both of you. So I feel like this is a collective energy. There's a lot of change going on, a lot of action, as the word says, a lot of action, and I feel like there's going to be more of it. There's a lot of change going on. It's like there's a need for balance to be found. And it's funny because these are the Osho Tarot, so they're always very profound and deep. Okay, clarifying, we have postponement. So yeah, I feel that this change that's in the midst, or that's coming up, or that has been happening, has been meaning to happen for a while. I feel like it's been in the works and it's just been postponed. But I also feel like the change that's happening is going to be able to give you the ability to see things as they truly are. Because if you look at this picture, the outside is grey, black and grey and white, and then they're looking inside the picture that's full of colour. So I feel like there's been a lot of changes and time needed in order for you or both of you to really readjust and recalibrate with these changes that are going on, in order to, as I said before, see the forest from the trees. And I feel like a lot of you, I guess, maybe have been making a decision about where this is going, but have needed more clarity around this, and maybe have been waiting for things to change, whether that's within the relationship or things that are external to the relationship that are influencing the relationship, or a mix of both. Okay, take it as it resonates. Okay, so your next card is completion. So yes, all these changes are going to bring about a feeling of completion, as in you're going to come to a place of understanding and clarity as to what needs to happen next. So whether this relationship moves forward or whether this relationship you end up separating from each other is what I'm getting in this reading. You may also be finding a piece of yourself and being able to see who you truly are through these changes. There's some sort of completion to this though. And yeah, as I said before, it's either the completion and the end of the cycle with this relationship and it moves into something new, or it just phases out. Mind is clarifying completion. So there's going to be some stress with this, or there is already some stress with this. I feel like there's decisions needing to be made, and it's cluttering your mind, because maybe some of you are hoping, are putting off this completion, are putting off the end of this, and so it's making your head feel full. Sorry, that wasn't meant to be your next card. The next card, sorry, my bad, but it still makes sense. So clarifying completion was meant to be letting go. My apologies for that. So yeah, that makes more sense. So letting go of this completion, letting go of what is meant to finish and phase out in order for you to move on to newness. Because, you know, these are lotus flowers and they're all about growing through, you know, growing up through mud, which is not clear. They grow out of water that's not clear. It's muddy. So there's an inability to see things as they truly are. But when the lotus flower grows out of the muddy water, it turns into a beautiful flower. So with this completion, whether it means it's the end of the relationship or a phase within yourself, or the relationship is going to end up being for the better and for your higher good. And your next card was meant to be, mind, which is, yeah, it's going to make you feel almost like your head's congested. It's going to make you feel just like exactly like that picture, just like a bit of a mess in your head all over the place, because it's part of it's part of your rebirth. It's part of what's meant to be happening next. And, you know, this is action. There's a lot going on here for you guys, a lot. And then, of course, we have rebirth clarifying. So this is the end of a cycle. This is the end of a cycle. So because this isn't a personal reading, because this is a very general reading, I'm unable to tell you what your situation is. But generally speaking, and you'll need to apply it to your situation, there's been a lot of changes going on, or there is, you know, change about to happen that's been put off for some time. And I feel like some of you have maybe been in denial of this change happening, or you're recovering from the change that's happening or trying to recover. So make sure you give yourself time to rest. There's a big completion. So you've got two really major arcanas here. Completion. There's a completion to something. Something's trying to complete. A cycle's trying to end in order to start again. And a lot of this is going to teach you a lot about yourself and help you to feel more complete. Letting go, which may end up meaning letting go of this relationship, or letting go of a mindset, or letting go of a part of the relationship, whatever it is for you. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but letting go is going to help you to grow in whatever way that means. Because you can potentially be stuck in your mind and not know what decision to make. But what's trying to happen here, and the cards keep saying it, and I keep being told to tell you that this is a rebirth that you're going through. It's the end of a cycle, and it's like you need to allow this to happen and need to see you need to recognize the need for change here, the need for a cycle to end out. There's a lot of action going on. A lot of action, a lot of things. I do have a card which is word of advice for you guys. We have the Empress. So to me, this is telling me to tell you as an energy that you really need to make sure that you're nurturing yourself, that you're looking after yourself, that you're being kind to others in this process as well, and that you're staying in your power. This also may represent someone older who's a female, who might be able to help support you with this. So it may be a mother figure or just someone a little bit older than you who can support you through this. But this is really about supporting yourself and you growing more into this and you growing more into your power once you allow this completion to happen. Because you've got change, completion, postponement, you trying to stop this change from happening, letting go, being stuck in your mind, rebirth. So there's this big rebirth and end of a phase trying to happen. All right, so pile 3, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it's been able to give you some clarity and insight into your situation. As I said before, that was a very general reading, but if you would like something more tailored to you and your situation, I can do a personal reading for you. Or if you'd like to check out my other services as well, you can find all the details in the description box below. Please feel very free to leave feedback and comments below. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support. Lots of love and light.